Then White took it away.
Oh, is that another block?
Is that a block or a steal?
No, that's going to be a block.
Yeah, it is. 7 blocks, so a new career high for Derrick White.
And the Celtics getting their second win on this 5-game road trip, now 2-1, with a chance to advance to 3-1 as they take on the Kings on Thursday night before wrapping things up in L.A. at the Intuit Dome against the Clippers. Back here on Celtic Postgame Live, we heard Drew and Scal discussing it right before the commercial break there, but Anfernee Simons coming off the bench with 20 points. Eddie, your thoughts on what he was able to do tonight, and also how it just makes everything easier for this team offensively when he's knocking down shots and it's resulting in 40-point quarters like we saw in the third.
Well, I mean, Anfernee Simons was a starter, and basically they was looking at him in Portland as being the heir apparent to Damian Lillard. They thought that this was going to be the guy. They ended up trading him in and making their moves and things like that. But at the same time, super young player, understands how to play the game, has been growing into his own game. And think about this. We made 13 threes. He made 4 of them. He was really the only one that had it going from the 3-point line. And I think when your teammates notice that, then they hitting you with shots and hitting you with good passes, and you're able to knock down shots. They recognize that you got it going. And that's a credit to not only him being able to knock down those shots, but the teammates finding him, understanding that he is knocking down shots and he's feeling it.
Yeah, for me, it just comes down to, like, when he's in there with the bench, you're going to typically have a guy like Garza who's, going to subsist on putbacks. Ugo's just going to get clean looks when the ball swings his way, even Shireman, Hauser. So someone's got to create. Someone's going to be able to kind of work off of pull-ups and stuff like that. And I just feel like Simons gives you that nice little boost when you need it. I'd love some better efficiency on the shooting, and I still think there's a level for him to go up defensively. And yet, like, it's undeniable. In the month of December, the plus-minus does not lie. He has been off the charts good for them in terms of the bench unit thriving when he's out there with them. And even then, when he's out there with some of the starters, obviously him and Jaylen found him a couple times in this game. I thought that was important. Like, he's got to show that he can kind of give you that little boost on nights that you need scoring.
You look at that third quarter, too. I think Utah had taken an 88-85 lead, and the game was kind of back and forth. Both teams kind of exchanging runs, and Anfernee Simons hit that tying 3, and then a minute later hit another 3. It's part of a 9-0 run for the Celtics. It gave him a 6-point lead. And obviously they go on to win this one. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown, I think everyone was kind of watching with the thought in the back of their head, is he going to get there? He had 10 points at halftime. Obviously had 7 in the third quarter, 3 of those coming late. But he did sort of let the offense just come to him, Chris. Yeah. And so that's why you see him with the 23 points, but also 10 assists.
I just go back and watch every look he potentially had there in the third quarter. He wouldn't settle for a good shot. He made a great one for a teammate. And I think that's the ultimate sign of maturity here, where, we've said it throughout the streak. He was been aware of it. Certainly on the night he tied, Tatum, I believe it was, he, went back out there, hit those 2 threes. And, there was a big storyline coming in tonight. Everyone knew what it was going to be, but it more mattered to him, especially after the letdown the other night against Portland. He wanted to set the tone and just get the win. And I thought he made every right play. Certainly had some moments where he kicked it into, I'm going to just dominate here in the mid-range for a little bit. But this stretch, think about it. I forget what the number is now, how many games out of, like 12 out of 14, 13 out of 15 or something like that with 30-plus. And the 2 games he hasn't was a triple-double against Cleveland and now a double-double against these guys. So, like, even on nights that Jaylen's not hitting the 30, he's making his mark in some form or another.
Yeah, the 10 assists were incredible. I thought that he understood that early on he didn't really have it going like how he wanted to have it going. But in that second half, he got rocking and rolling. And I think that it was kind of contagious because think about how we feasted in the mid-range in this game. Usually, we've seen so many of these games to where we shoot ourselves out the game because we take threes. We weren't settling for shots, understanding that they're 29th in defensive rating and they don't have shot blockers at the rim, that we could get where we want to go. This is not a good defensive team. So why would you settle? That goes to show that And I think Jaylen Brown was part of it to where everybody else follows suit. It's like it's contagious. Like, ooh, we could get that right there. Then we just going to keep doing it. Like, everybody's going to try to get something. Like, everybody going to eat out here. And I think that's also a credit to the coaching staff understanding exactly what they wanted to do, how they will be able to attack, and the players for being able to execute that.
All right, Jaylen Brown, meanwhile, 31.7 points per game for the month of December because, again, he needed 13 to have that Celtics record for the best average for the month of December. And certainly,
unless Luka goes nuts tonight, that'll lead the NBA in the month of December.
But we were talking about his assists. Let's check out one of them right here with tonight's Drain of the Game, brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, the name to know when the drains don't flow. This, I think, was my favorite one, too.
Yeah.
Finding Anfernee Simons along the baseline for the corner three.
Weaving through 3 jerseys to find him. Celtics. Through it.
Yeah. What's the noise there?
I don't know.
So Jaylen Brown, it was 9 straight games of 30-plus points from December 2nd all the way until just Sunday night. Comes up with 23 tonight, so that streak ends as he ties Larry Bird back in 1985. But with the 23 points, his average for the month of December, 31.7 points per game, which is a full point better than what Larry Bird averaged in 87-88 in the month of December. So still a very solid month from Jaylen Brown, who, again, twice was named Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Meanwhile, Celtics get the win here, 129-119. Again, 2-1 on the road trip, 20-12 overall. It's time now to hear from Joe Mazzulla. The coach's press conference is presented by Amica Insurance, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics. Here's Joe back in Utah.
Beginning of the fourth quarter, Joe, you with the kind of kept Simons in, you kept Jaylen on the bench. I mean, that lineup with Derrick, Payton just seemed to kind of create some distance and do some good things for him.
Yeah, I mean, Jaylen, I thought had a great third quarter, and he played up until I think he played the whole third, and so I thought we closed the third quarter well, and then I thought we started the fourth quarter very well, and I thought that lineup did some good things. I thought Ant was great tonight on both ends of the floor. I thought he had some great possessions on Keyonte George in the first half. Obviously everyone will see the scoring, but I thought his physicality and his attention to detail on defense was great, and it's obviously when we get that version of him, it makes us a different team. So I thought he helped us a lot tonight.
Derrick had 7 blocks. Just how was he able to lead his temper on the game?
Yeah, and I think a couple of them came on ball, a couple of them came off ball, and so I think this year his role has grown. Tonight when we went with Derrick, Payton, Anfernee, and Jaylen, he has to guard the other team's best players. So we got a couple on pick and rolls, on pull-up threes in the beginning of the game when he's kind of roaming and on guys that we could shift off of. He does a good job of coming in and knowing when to help and not. So just his defensive versatility, but obviously he was great tonight as well.
In terms of Derrick, just to see him get going offensively in the second half, and then also obviously defensively, he just makes such a difference when he's doing both for you.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he, 2 for 10. I thought he got some great looks from 3, but I thought he was great just penetrating. And I thought really it's a credit to, you take a look at, Jaylen finished with 10 assists. Like, they were blitzing, they were up, and we did a great job not hanging onto the ball, and I thought, JB started that, and then Ant, Payton, and Derrick did a great job of just kind of getting it side to side. I thought our pick and roll attack was really balanced, and when you did that, we were able to attack closeouts, and I thought that got Derrick downhill for some easy shots. I thought I got Ant open. I thought I got Payton open for some easy shots, and I thought the way we executed our pick and roll offense tonight, kind of showed the best of all those guys.
Defensively, did you guys do anything different on Keyonte George in the second?
He missed an open one, which he makes a lot of those in fourth quarters. He missed an open one on the right wing across from our bench. I thought we did a better job keeping him out of transition, and I thought we did a better job getting him inside of 3 in the second half. But he's a really good player. Like he's going to score. He's obviously going to go on runs by himself. But I thought we were more intentional in the second half.
The first quarter they punched first, and then there was a play where you guys were literally 5 on 4, and they got 2 layups out of it. And I think you called a timeout. You called 2 timeouts in the first quarter. What prompted that, and then what changed after that?
Yeah, I think just what prompted that is we just they went on a run, and so we just needed to settle down. I think it was just it's a tough team. It's a tough place to play. Didn't get off to a great start, but I thought we just used those timeouts as perspective, and then we just kind of got back to work after that. I thought, again, we had some really open shots in that first quarter that we missed. But they do a great job of just scoring in such a flurry. Mason and Keyonte George had 12 points in the first half. Some of them were tough shots, some of them weren't. So, I thought they controlled the pace of the game at the beginning of it. I thought we kind of did a much better job, the rest of the game after that.
Let's jump right into the steal of the game, brought to you by Stop and Shop, with more than 10,000 items on sale every week. It's easy to make winning plays at Stop and Shop. That was Nimi Keita getting the steal. Jaylen Brown ahead to Payton Pritchard on the finish. Pritchard with 18 points in this one. He had 13 in the second half.